Ginger Milum is here with us, and she's representative of the Boone County Library. Welcome to the
Ginger.
show.
Hi, thank you for having me today.
Well, you're welcome. And when I saw your little thing about the library, this is newsletter. It talked about the documentary on Dogpatch. Now, everyone from this area has had someone that has worked there during the summer, and it's been an icon for so many years. But it's gone now.
It's gone.
Yeah. So what are we going to be seeing? What kind of documentary is this?
I actually read about the documentary. I was on the Old State House Museum website, and they have weekly programs, and this is one of the programs that they had. Okay. And so I thought, well, I think we should have that here because so many people, as you said, work there and or visited Dogpatch.
Right.
And of course, we all drive by it all the time and, reminisce about going there with our children or having work there. And so I contacted the museum, and the person in charge of programs told me to call another man who worked there, Matthew Rowe. And so I did, and Matthew was one of the co-producers of the documentary.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
He and a lady named Dixie Klein were students at the University of Arkansas in the journalism department. And so they did the documentary as students. And it was shown at the Hot Springs Film Festival and some other places.
Wow. Neat.
And I asked him if it had ever been shown in Harrison. He said he did not think that it had.
Well.
But he had, I've talked to several people since we planned this, and one of my friends said that he was contacted by them to be interviewed, and
Really?
he never called them back. But he was from South Arkansas, and he came and was in the Dixieland Jazz Band. But I think that there'll be a lot of interest in our community.
Sure.
It's really about the rise and fall of Dogpatch and the factors that contributed to it. So it's really historical. And
Well, it's been such a mystery to us.
right.
As who owned it and
what
there
happened,
there was loans against it and paper trails and all that. And so is that all answered? Do you know? Or
No, because
probably not.
the film actually came out in 2008, so that history's been updated. He really talks about how it got started, why it was started, why even from the beginning people were against it. The Arkansas Department of Parks and Tourism were adamantly opposed to Dogpatch.
Really? That's just
Yes, because, as you know, Arkansas has always, from territorial days, has suffered a negative image. That old hillbilly.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
yeah.
And but then in the film they talk about how the timing of it was really good because it was at the same time that you could watch the Beverly Hillbillies, Green Acres, Petticoat Junction. Al Cap's comic strip was in 700 newspapers, and so the timing of it was very good. But then he talks about, some decisions that were made. It was sold to Jess Odom, and he decided we would make this a skiing mecca. And of course, most of the winters it wasn't really cold enough. I think it's really an interesting footnote that Orville Faubus was one of the managers at one time.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yes, for I think a year.
Amazing.
He said it was just like running the state.
Running the government.
Well, he said we were always in a state of war, and so those are some things that come out in the film. But I think people here will be interested to see the people who were interviewed.
No doubt. That will be interesting.
And I'm sure there's some old footage of.
There is.
Yeah.
Matthew is coming. The program. The reason I was looking at the Old State House is because all their programs are free, and so this is actually sponsored by the Old State House, since he is an employee. And he is coming to show the film, and then I think it's 24 minutes, and then he will answer questions about the film, and I'm sure there will be a lot of discussion. But we're really excited to have this here.
Is it going to be inside the library?
Yes, it's going to be in the meeting room. And
limited space, I guess.
Fire code says we can seat 50 people.
Okay.
Wow.
Doesn't say anything about how many people can stand. No, I'm joking. I'm
She's
joking.
getting through that crack.
It is a Tuesday night at 5:30, which is not a convenient time for a lot of people. We know, but that's how we're open till 7 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and those are our program nights.
Is this film available somewhere other than
Actually,
the showing of it?
He told me there was a kind of a rough copy of it on YouTube.
Oh,
Okay.
So you can watch it and see what we're going to see at the library, but it'll be
encourage you to come to the library.
Right,
And see it. But
right.
in case you are not there early enough and can't do it, then that's an option.
Well, and I think it'll be kind of reunion too for some
You bet.
former Dog Patch employees. And also, I contacted Toinette Madison at the Heritage Museum, and Perry Gaither, who's our circulation manager, said, they have a Dog Patch exhibit over there. So I called her, and we have worked together, and she has brought all of their Dog Patch memorabilia to the library on loan until after this program.
Oh, neat.
And it's in our upstairs display case, and there's some photographs, there's a SMU. Your banner over here on this wall reminded me of that. There's a Mammy Yoakum figurine. There's a lot of neat things in there.
I have some memorabilia that I bought in a flea market in Little Rock.
Really?
It was the guy's name is Mullins, and he was an employee, and he had his employee card, and this guy framed this thing, and it was a certificate of employment, and it was written out by one of the characters, saying that you is a new employee or something like that, and it had his employee card there, and I thought that was awesome. I'd bring it sometime. Maybe you'd like to see that.
That would be nice to see. And Toinette is looking for costumes to display at the Heritage
the old
Museum.
costumes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we were excited to be able to work with the museum.
Yeah.
No doubt.
We hope we will be able to do other things together. But the program is November 27th. It's the Tuesday after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
It starts at 5:30. It'll last about an hour. And if you come early, you'll have an opportunity to see the display case and see other things we have at the library.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
So anyway, we're happy to have this program. We hope we have a nice turnout for it.
I hope so,
Good.
too.
Well, there's a lot of other things happening, not just this. There's different categories of programs out there at the library for young kids all the way up to seniors. And you've got a genealogy department up there, which is always a great place to go.
I love to go in that room.
A lot of things going on, and we ask you to come back sometime, and we'll talk more.
All right. Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
Ginger. Well, that's our show for this week. We have a really short show because of guests dumping out on us. I would say no. Some scheduling conflicts on our part, so we would like to thank all the guests that have been here today, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you again next time.
Jumping out on us. That was a nice way to do it.
Yeah, that was right. That was good.
Jumping it.